Miniature Schnauzer, Dwarf Schnauzer, until 1895 in Germany and until 1926 in the USA, also a wire-haired pinscher, the smallest in size, height at the withers, according to FCI standard 30-35 cm, the service dog in the world. The miniature Schnauzer is the smallest breed of the Schnauzer group. There are 3 recognized colors all over the world: pepper and salt, black, black and silver, and not recognized in the US white. Despite its funny appearance, the miniature Schnauzer is a very serious dog, fearless, sensitive, attentive, easy to train and loyal to its owner. History of the breed. The origin of the miniature Schnauzer, like the giant Schnauzer, goes from the middle Schnauzer, medium Schnauzer. Before the appearance of the miniature and giant Schnauzer, this breed was called Schnauzer without specification. The origin of the Schnauzers themselves has not been reliably established. The theory of Theophil Studer about the origin of Schnauzers, like other dogs, from a peat dog, the remains of which date back to the 3-4th centuries BC, has been refuted by genetic research. Obviously, the closest ancestors of the Schnauzer are the wire-haired dogs of southern Germany, which in the Middle Ages were kept by the inhabitants of those places to guard their homes and fight rodents, just like terriers were used in England at that time. The first information about the breeding of miniature Schnauzers in Germany dates back to the end of the 19th century. Their ancestors guarded rural barns from rats and other parasites. To create a miniature copy of the then famous Mittelschnauzer, several generations of small representatives of the breed were crossed. When crossed with other breeds, such as a Fenpinscher, Poodle, miniature Pinscher, Spitz, colors appeared as a side effect that did not correspond to the ultimate goal of the breeders, and to stabilize the gene pool, multicolored and white puppies were excluded from breeding programs. The first miniature Schnauzer was registered in 1888, the first exhibition was held in 1899. Thanks to their bravery, miniature Schnauzers were originally used to guard herds, small farms and houses. Over time, they began to be used for catching rats because they had enough dexterity for this, and the small size allowed them to climb into hard-to-reach places. The first miniature Schnauzers appeared in Russia in 1974. They were 2 females and a male. Fritz Tinker Casanova, owner Grossman, exported from the USA. Later L. Popova managed to bring dogs from Czechoslovakia for several years. In Moscow, the breeding of miniature Schnauzers began in 1980, when the first litters were obtained from dogs brought from the Lviv border school, all from Czechoslovakia. Appearance. According to the standard, the miniature Schnauzer is a small, strong, square, wire-haired, graceful dog. The miniature Schnauzer should be a smaller copy of the standard Schnauzer without the accompanying dwarfism. Height at withers 30-35 cm, weight 4-8 kg. The coat is very coarse and thick. It consists of a dense undercoat and a hard, well-fitting topcoat. The topcoat is coarse, long enough to make out its structure, neither tousled nor wavy. The hair on the limbs tends to be less harsh. It is short on the forehead and ears. As a typical feature, it forms a not too soft beard on the face and bushy eyebrows that hang slightly over the eyes. Color. Pure black with black undercoat, pepper and salt, black with silver, pure white with white undercoat, chocolate and tan. Until 1976, 2 colors were recognized: pepper and salt and pure black. The third color, black and silver, which became very popular over time, was approved in 1976 in Germany, and a year later it was recognized by the FCI. The fourth, white, was recognized by the FCI in 1992. The FCI chocolate color has not yet been recognized, but since the end of 2006, it has been recognized in the Russian Federation. The head is large, with a characteristic beard and eyebrows, gradually tapering from ears to eyes, and from eyes to the nose. Shaggy brows accentuate the transition from forehead to muzzle. The teeth are strong, very white, with a scissor bite. The ears are cropped, erect or uncropped, close to the head. Feet are short, rounded, tightly knit, with strong dark nails and hard pads. The tail is set high. According to IC.F. standards 2000 and 2007, it should be left natural. According to earlier standards, it was supposed to be stopped, leaving 3 vertebrae. Nature and content. All Schnauzers differ from each other only in size, otherwise they are similar. Like all representatives of the Schnauzer group, the miniature Schnauzer is an alert and agile dog, at the same time easily obeying commands. He is not very friendly to strangers, but smart and always ready to be helpful. Not aggressive or timid. Distrustful of strangers, always on the alert. And one more important note. The miniature Schnauzer is a bright representative of the Schnauzer family, but with the most modest growth. This growth is also its undoubted merit, but also lies the source of the main difficulties. The miniature is a Schnauzer with a large dog living in a small body. This is his main problem. The problem with the owner's understanding of what kind of animal is hanging on a leash is the problem of the discrepancy between what was expected and what was received. The problem is that the people who had managed to buy a miniature as a home sofa pet did not expect that they would receive a giant Schnauzer in a pill with all the specific features inherent in the Schnauzer family. Namely, alertness to others and the desire to protect the owner and the master's property. And the desire to communicate on an equal footing with all dogs, regardless of their size, in the presence of energy and remarkable intelligence. And the most important thing is the ability to obey unquestioningly only those who are faster, smarter, stronger and better. Care. Schnauzer wool, like all wire-haired breeds, requires special processing. Twice a year, when shedding begins, they pluck out dead hair trimming. The soft parts, head and ears, neck skin, are treated with special scissors so as not to cause pain. With proper care in the apartment where the Schnauzer lives, there is practically no wool. Miniature Schnauzer price and how to buy correctly. To get a healthy dog, never buy a puppy from an irresponsible breeder. Look for reputable vendors who are breeding proofing to make sure your dog is free of genetic diseases that they can pass on to the puppies. When it comes to the cost of mini Schnauzers, there are a number of features to consider. On average, you can pay between $500 and $1,200 for your playful little friend. If you are interested in purchasing a quality dog, the price will accordingly be significantly higher than the lower mark. It is a well-known fact that buying a thoroughbred miniature Schnauzer from a reputable breeder will cost quite a lot of money.